Hey, you seen this? You seen this bullshit last night?
Yeah, I saw it.
Bruh.
Funny. Did they end up winning that game though?
Yeah.
Denver did or Indy?
I'm pretty sure Denver won. Yo, that's wild, bro. Look at that. That's wild.
Hey man, you gotta talk to them refs.
Oh man. Yo. This is Friends Turns Foes. Back again with my cup of Joe. What's up, Tevin?
What up? What up? Yeah, they won. They won 125 from 118.
We got T-Payne in the building today. And we got a lot of stuff to talk about today, man. But we're gonna go ahead and jump off with NFL breaking news. Bruce Arians, coach of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, has retired and will remain a role in the front office. That is some crazy news. Todd Bowles will be the head coach of the Buccaneers now. That will make Todd Bowles the fourth Black head coach in Buccaneers history. That's two more than any NFL team have ever had. That's big ups right there.
I like Todd Bowles. Todd Bowles, he was coaching the Jets. I just felt like it was a bad situation. And we all know Black head coaches don't get the same opportunities that the white coaches do.
I will say,
not whining. I'm just speaking facts. So, yeah, it was hard. It was a hard situation, and the Jets is rough, man. And, you know, shout out to Robert Salah, because anybody that got that job, it's rough. But go ahead.
I will say he did get a brand new 5-year contract with the Buccaneers, so he is given now an opportunity. He was endorsed by Bruce Arians. Bruce Arians is a good guy personally. Hey, coach, I think we could.
Like, I was kind of rocking with him. He's old school, so I was rocking with him in the beginning when he kind of was first there, even with Jameis. But after he did that bullshit with the player when he slapped him upside the head, I was like, bro, you're doing too much. Like,
I mean,
this ain't the 60s and the 70s, bro. You can't be like, you could have really got yourself hurt if that would have been somebody else.
It's arguable what you want to say about Antonio Brown, but Bruce Arians admitted and confessed to everything.
Yeah, exactly. And he lied about it prior. He lied about it prior.
Bruce, everything Antonio Brown said, it happened. The slash in the throat, you're effing done, to kicking him, making him, fired him for one, fired him. Man, all that is true. And I mean, it was even speculated that was one of the reasons Tom Brady retired. And Bruce Arians actually...
Too much drama.
Exactly. Bruce Arians actually informed Tom Brady either the day of or the day after his Tom Brady decided to come back. So there's something.
Keep it a buck with you, JB. He didn't want to retire.
He did not.
They told his ass, you resign, you come to this front office, or we can remove your ass. That's what happened. We know that's what happened.
I really don't believe Arians wanted to do that. I really don't. But
yeah, no. But once you saw the rumor I sent you. Once you start seeing rumors, he want to go to Miami. Nah, B, we're not letting that pop because we see what y'all doing over there. They popping right now. All they need is the Tom Brady, and it's over.
I think it was a loose rumor, but I know they were talking about Tom Brady really wanted to go out to San Francisco.
Oh, yeah. That was always.
Yeah, I think
he grew up a 49ers fan, so that was always
a very loose rumor. And I also they talked to Tom Brady, and Tom Brady at this point in his career really just wants to do whatever he wants to do. He's really Michael Jordan and some. He can go to any team, and automatically they're Super Bowl contenders right now. And I mean it. I look at every team and look at how every roster is built, and Tom Brady has had every single team. every team right now. He's had every single team, so he could go to any team and make him a Super Bowl contender. And I think that played a big part in his retirement. He's like, man, I kind of just want to do whatever I want to do right now. Let me just do what I want to do. And they like, nah, bro, you ain't playing. You playing for us, or you ain't doing nothing else. You might as well retire.
And he's like, cool, I'll play for y'all, but we gotta get Bruce up out of here. This nigga gotta go.
I honestly think that was the stipulation. He said, yeah, I'm coming back, but he's got to go. I agree, man. But there's something there.
Shout out to Todd Bowles, man. We got that boy Byron Leftwich, man. You know, injuries plagued my man. He should have been something nice in that league, but hey, he's still something nice in that league as an offensive coordinator, and eventually he's gonna be a head coach. He's gonna get his turn. So I think he honestly would have been a Jag. I don't think they expected Doug Peterson to, you know, put his name in for the job and want it like that. So that just made a difference. And, you know, who's to say Doug's better than, you know.
You're talking about our boy Byron, right?
Byron, yeah. But, I mean, Doug won the chip. So Doug, you know, obviously they're going to gravitate towards Doug because he's a Super Bowl champion.
I want to say this about Byron Leftwich. I look at the Jaguars situation, and he's doomed to fail. And
that's why I'm glad he ain't there. He's still with Tampa, so it was good for him.
This could you know start some controversy, but I don't think any coach except for a white head coach belongs in Jacksonville.
No, I agree with you.
They have a legit 4 years before we might see something.
Right.
4 years before they even.
And for context for the audience, bro, what Jordan is saying, we don't want our black head coaches getting put in these bullshit ass opportunities where they only gonna get 1 year, maybe 2 years, like Buddy from the Cardinals got 1 year, and then they switched to Cliff, or like David Culley for the Texans got 1 year, which we all knew their job was a sham anyway. And then you take them out for who's the coach now? Who they get? Oh, I mean they got Lovey. My bad. They got Lovey. I fuck with Lovey, but Lovey been away from the game a long ass time.
Their hand was forced.
Yeah, it seemed like we need to go black. That seemed like one of them picks. So I want Lovey to succeed though. Don't get it twisted. I loved when Lovey was with the Bears. They were very successful. They just had Rex. Everything was good, but they had Rex.
Yeah. So I mean, there's a lot of context in that, but we could definitely talk about that on another podcast about the black coach and how they are mistreated.
That's a whole episode right there.
Oh yeah, it really is, because that'll get me fired up, man. But let's speak about this new OT rule. It's pretty light, pretty brief. So the OT rule, both teams will get one possession in overtime in the playoffs. If the score is still tied after both teams have a possession, then now it's sudden death. Actually, it shows a statistic shows that the winning team that wins the coin toss is 10-2 in overtime since 2010. I think this is a great move for playoffs, and I think it's going to go even bigger to change maybe next year how regular season is, because it's all about dollar signs. Sudden death is cool. Sudden death makes sense. An NFL team, if you get scored on, you get scored on. Sorry. That's just how it is in the NFL. But when you talk about that money, and you talk about how the NBA keeps going into the next OT and the next OT, college basketball, college football, they all keep going to the next OTs, games are being extended, broadcast is still airing, all this stuff. You got to look at the money aspect. They're going to go into the regular season eventually with that. But I like the move. I like it.
It's me. You want me to go? All right. Congratulations, people. Y'all cried and they heard y'all. Now y'all got a fucking OT rule change. The rule's crap. I'm sorry. I gotta disagree with you. The rule's crap. Bruh, this is football. This is the man's game or men's game, all right? This is a brutal sport. It's already bad enough. We got 17 weeks. We gotta do these damn 2 to 3 preseason games. Now you telling me, oh, I scored on their ass when usually it's over. Nah, B. Hold on. We know you scored now. Now we're gonna give them like, come on, bro. It's horseshit. And even with the Bills, I get it. Yeah, we got 2, generational change quarterbacks.
Won't even give them a pass.
Who cares? Tell your defense to play D. What you play to win the game. Ain't that what Herm said? Mm-hmm. Come on, man. It's just bullshit. It's malarkey. But hey, you know what? The owners agreed to it. Everything that Jordan just said is the reason why. It ain't about, oh, well, it's really good for the sport and we want to give them no, they don't give a fuck about that. They just want that bread. They said, hey, if people gonna get upset and we might lose some money, we're gonna do what y'all want. So, bam, y'all got it. Y'all got it.
Another point about this OT rule change for the playoffs, that it's permanent. It's not even a trial run like it normally is. Normally you see in the NFL when they do a new rule.
It's stuck. It's stuck
they like, yeah, let's put it in for a year, see how it is, and then next year we vote on if it's there. No, it's permanent. It's
but there. They just changed the rule not too long ago. That's my thing.
It did, yeah.
Yeah, because it used to just be if you kick a field goal, it's just over. So it changed it to a touchdown, and I'm cool with that because I'm like, yeah, a field goal that's tough, that's rough, field goal, but we in a different generation touchdown, and I get it. It changes over time, but I just feel like the reason it changed is more why I'm like, it wasn't like this happened a whole bunch of times. This just happened in a key game where people was in their feelings, so they changed it. But that's cool. We're gonna move on.
It doesn't have
to even need the rule next year. We might not even need the rule.
Hey, listen, I know Josh Allen's looking like bet. I get a possession, bet.
Hey, Josh Allen, if you like bet, you need to handle business in the regular season. The regulation, and you ain't gotta worry about going to overtime.
Oh man,
you ain't gotta worry about going to overtime.
Speaking of regular seasons, I heard a crazy take yesterday.
What's that?
I don't agree with it. You won't agree with it, but at the same time, I always got to give you your chance to back yourself up and defend your team because it was disrespectful. Colin Kaepernick, he ranked the QBs in the NFC East. His 4 QBs, he has them ranked as the Washington Commanders, Carson Wentz, number 1, Dallas Cowboys, Dak Prescott, number 2, the Eagles, Jalen Hurts, and then Daniel Jones is number 4. Carson Wentz, now let me go ahead and say an argument where I can see where he could see that Carson Wentz is, but I'll also show you where his blinders are. Carson Wentz, in 25 games he played against the NFC East, he's 16-9. That's not bad at all. 94.6 passer rating, and he threw for 6,446 yards, 42 touchdowns, 14 interceptions. It sounds good. I will say Carson Wentz record overall is 44-40-1. He's never had a strong receiving core, and this is his best receiving core he has had. But Colin Kaepernick, I love your show. Joy Taylor, I really love you. But you talking out your ass, my dude. You talking out your ass. Let me tell you something. QB records versus NFC since 2016. Dak Prescott, number 1, 25-6. 25-6. Carson Wentz is 16-9, but 4-4 against the Cowboys. Daniel Jones 7-7, Jalen Hurts 5-5. Tevin, with that information, have the floor, sir. Have your moment.
I mean, I ain't even got to go too crazy, but yeah. What shorty be calling him? She be like, Cal Turd. Man, Cal Turd, ain't nobody worried about him. I stopped watching him a long time ago when he left ESPN. So, but shout out to Joy Taylor, though. Real talk. Anyways, moving on. 53-32. Doesn't sound too bad, huh? That's Dak. Dak's also 66% completion for career compared to Carson's 62. I'm not always happy with where Dak puts the ball, but I'm also a Cowboy fan. So I want perfection at times because I'm a fan. But if I'm looking at it from a non-bias, why would you want a quarterback that's 62%, not giving you the same caliber of wins? And even when it comes to touchdown interception ratio, he's got more intros, and I think he's played less games. So
yeah, and I believe he only had 2 winning seasons.
Yeah, and what the season they won, he didn't. I mean, we'll give him credit. He got them
there
through the season, but he didn't win the Super Bowl. Nick Foles did,
man, because like if you look at how he played the last game of the season last year against Jacksonville, that makes a huge
completely blew it.
Man, like we never got to see you in the postseason like that, and then now you blow that game to get into the postseason.
Oh, my bad. I said he's played less games. They literally played and started the same amount of games because I had to think about it too. Dak got hurt as well, so same amount of games, more intros. I think they got the same amount of touchdowns, less wins.
I mean,
percentages.
I look at it like this, and I understand why Colin would say something so asinine, just because it's Carson Wentz revenge tour moment. Like it's a revenge tour mode, and I wonder, would you say that would be enough to like resurrect Carson Wentz's career?
Man, at this point, bro, I don't know, and it ain't even because it has nothing to do with the Cowboys. I don't even care. Like Carson Wentz, bro, you got handed the city to Indy, and you ain't do nothing. You got handed the city. You got handed the keys to the city in Indy. My bad, y'all. And he didn't do anything. So, come on, man. Like,
yeah.
And he's 6'5". Like, look at him. You look at him. He checks all the marks, man. I mean, dude, he's mobile. You think he'd be not, but it's this mental. Mm-hmm. He ain't got it all the way in there when it comes to being a winning quarterback, when it comes to running your franchise. I ain't never heard anybody say we don't want Dak in this locker room. I heard a lot about Carson Wentz when he was in Philly.
Yeah.
Being a quarterback is also galvanizing your troops. He doesn't do that. So, and what mindset? Here's my list. 1 is Dak, obviously for what he's doing. 2 is Jalen.
I hear
2 is Jalen. Because Jalen, under all that pressure, he don't break. And he's been under way more pressure than Wentz. Wentz had it easy, honestly, even in college. He was at North Dakota State. Man got 5 FCS championships. Like, he was used to winning on an easier scale. My man went to Bama. The pressures of being under Bama with Nick Saban. Lost his job to Tua. Got his job back and still showed out. And every time people doubted him, went to Oklahoma, showed out there. Every time somebody doubts him, came to the league. Was just supposed to be a backup. Now he's a starter. They still don't believe in it. And I can't stand Philadelphia. All my Philly friends will tell you this because we go back and forth. But I got mad respect for Jalen. So he's my number 2. Wentz is my number 3. Wentz has to earn his way back to get in the 2-1 category. So we'll see what he does in this environment. And I'm not even going to give him 1 year. I'm going to give him a couple years because it takes some time. I'll give him 2 to 3 years. It takes some time to build that rapport. Yeah. But then, it'll be Daniel Jones. But honestly, to tell you the truth, Daniel ain't that far away from Wentz in my head because, hey, Daniel got a reason. He's in a shitty situation. With Wentz, it's just you got a shitty mentality, man. Like, and it shows on the field. It shows on the field, and it shows through the body language of your locker room. So prove us wrong.
Last thing I would say about Carson Wentz, again, is that this is the best receiving core he has had. I think
if he don't get it done with Scary Terry, I don't want to hear it.
Yeah, he literally arguably has the best receiver he's ever had in his career. So
running backs, you got J.D. McKissick back, and you got
he'd rather have Jonathan Taylor this year.
Gibson.
But he has a good runner. He has a good
you'd rather have Jonathan Taylor, but I'm saying for his style, the running backs he has for his style, you can run spread offense. You can dish that ball out to your running backs as your check downs. Like he's got what he needs there.
Yeah, up and coming defense, young receiver core that actually.
So they got Curtis Samuel, Scary Terry. Who else they got?
One boy, Damani Brown. I think he showed out a little bit last year as well. But I definitely see them picking up.
Don't they got boy from Virginia Tech?
Logan Thomas.
Yeah, man. He ain't got no excuse.
He's got a nice squad. Now, so with that being said, I think I used the wrong words as resurrection. Because Carson Wentz always has shown us who he is. I think that's his ceiling of where he's at now.
Your boy better check the back of his neck because Taylor Heineke gonna be breathing on there like, hey, bud.
I agree. Not only
if you mess up, they'll put me in.
Not only that, I
may not be the best quarterback, but if you start messing up, that's when I like to come in and then start showing up. For whatever reason, Taylor Heineke likes to come behind somebody.
Like I told you, I can consider them picking up a quarterback.
Yeah.
There's a lot of quarterbacks.
I think they won't though, because they know they already got a fragile mindset. Mr. Wentz, you bring a quarterback in there, he'll crumble.
Crazy how that.
They're going to give him at least 1 year.
It's crazy how that flies nowadays, right? A quarterback like that with that fragile ego. But let's move along. Something that, trying to get some lighter news and something that is different and off ball. Literally, USA qualifies for the World Cup.
Finally!
And we have to say finally because it was 2016 the last time we had that opportunity to try to get in there.
2018 we failed. Yeah. So I don't think we've been to a World Cup since 2014.
Yeah. So it's.
I'm shout out to the men. This is a new set. This is a new roster. So I want nothing but success for y'all, bro. As far as soccer. U.S. world, man, we've been trash. Women, fire.
Shout out to your boy Gio Reyna. He's a bad man. Tyler Adams, Christian Pulisic, Weston McKinney.
Man, as a nation, we don't take soccer serious. We should, though. Soccer is a dope-ass sport.
And, I know. And the problem is that this is actually one of the most talented young rosters that we have had in the USA Olympics right now, in the World Cup. I'm sorry. This is in the US, in the World Cup, this is the most prolific USA team we've had with how much they're in their prime and talented they are. All these players are at the height of their careers. Except, John Brooks. I think he's how old is he, man? 7. You kind of look like John Brooks.
I don't know who that is.
Hold up. Oh my goodness. Hold up. Ooh, you kind of look like John.
Is this another one of those light-skinned brothers all look the same, man? Because I'm getting sick of it.
What? Oh my gosh. Hold on. Y'all, look at this. Look at this. Oh my God. Is this Tevin? What?
This man.
Bruh.
I knew it.
Oh,
I knew it.
snap.
I knew it. No.
Oh, snap.
No. His head is longer than mine. My head's more rounded.
Bruh, move your head over a little bit. Oh,
longer than mine.
Oh, snap. Oh, man. My boy Tevin played for USA, bro. Hey, that's what's up, bro.
Anyways, y'all, we're moving on to the next subject.
Oh, man. All right. Shout out to USA.
Shout out USA. We got a chance. That's all we need. We'll see what we'll do. We know the world's pretty nice on soccer, so we're gonna see. But we hoping for a dub.
Brazil,
next subject,
England.
Shaheen Holloway.
Okay, so for those who don't know Shaheen Holloway,
we know. Hold on, I'll explain it because I don't want you to explain it because you're not getting the satisfaction today.
Go ahead.
Shaheen Holloway, the St. Peter's coach, St. Peter's, the Peacocks, aka them boys that smacked the shit out of my boys in blue, Wildcats. They beat our ass. They took their asses all the way to Elite Eight. It was nice. They went against Buzzsaw and UNC. UNC, they respected them. They knew, like, hey, we not gonna end up like UK. All right, they not about to UK us, okay? And they handled their business. So shout out to St. Peter's boys, man. They play hard. Most of them, I think, they're graduating, or you know, they're going to league. Careers is over. Maybe going overseas. So I think this was the right call for Shaheen. He's going back to his alma mater, Seton Hall. Which is dope. He earned that opportunity. I like to see what he does with him, man. Seton Hall, you know, they ain't really been popping since the Big East was the Big East. And, you know, was popping, but they made it to the tournament this year. So, you know, hopefully Shaheen comes in there, takes his success, and just, you know, piles on top of that. I want to see him succeed, man. Just hopefully he don't have to play my Wildcats again, because yeah.
Let me tell you the best thing about Shaheen really fast. Okay, actually, I got a few things. 64-54 record overall as a head coach. 3-1 in NCAA tournament, of course, as we just witnessed. Biggest thing, though, he recruits all New Yorkers. He just got hired in a team that's in New Jersey again. Yo, you don't understand. Like, I like him because he sounds like a high-pitched Dame Dash.
He does.
Like, yo, man, I'll just be saying, man, we ain't no slouch New York, son. I'll be like, bruh. Like,
I got this from Harlem. We're going to get it done, man.
We're going to get it done, man. That's all I got to say, man. We ain't getting on nobody's court. I'll be like, bruh, hey, he's real.
We better quit at him before he give us buckets, because that man's nice.
Yo, bro, he's got swag. And the thing is what I said about he recruits New Yorkers. Like, don't take that wrong way, or don't take that as like, is that just his ceiling? Look up, you don't understand about New York ball players. There are so many New York ball players that falls on the wayside. They are underrated. But what you get out of them is a grit and grind that they can come in and beat almost any team when they're put together correctly. And as we've seen with St. Peter's, how he built that team, you're going to see him get some underrated New York players to go play in Seton Hall, and they are going to cause some problems in the future. I really think so.
I agree with that 100%. I ain't got nothing else to say, man. Shaheen, do your thing. Just try not to do it against my Wildcats.
Yeah, I know, right? I think he's gonna fizzle out if he doesn't get back into the NCAA tournament, and we won't get to talk about him as much. We won't follow him as much, but we still wish him the best and hope that all success. And I want to see him get some of them New York ball players that we ain't never heard of come out and just do some crazy things, man. Because I love New York ball players, man.
Hey, you know, I'm good them.
Yeah. Let's move on to Cap and Harbaugh. What you think about him being the honorary captain for the Michigan's annual Maize and Blue Spring game? What are your thoughts?
I don't have a problem with it. I think it brings some, you know, good attention Cap's way and bring some good attention John's way. Some mutual beneficial relationship. So, I mean, again, we want to see Cap in the league. True football heads know, man, Cap was balling before they took him out. Like, he got hurt. He was recovering. They was trying to get away from him because he was a fad quarterback, even though he was really out there just slinging that shit and dusting people, like shaking on motherfuckers. But once he started, you know, fighting for civil rights, that was too much for the NFL. We know how they feel about doing the right thing. Apparently, they trying to get back to that. So we'll see. But yeah, man, I hope it brings some good attention to Cap. You know, I want to see him in the NFL, but at the same time, I don't know, man. I just think that relationship is just so damaged. I don't even know if it's beneficial to him. Like, even if you get in, all the shit you're going to deal with, like, he might want to consider the XFL when they come back, or because they'll be back next year.
What is it?
I would say, what'd you say?
What, USFL or something like that about to start?
No, USFL is coming back this year, supposedly, but they got in trouble because the USFL from the old is suing the new one. But no, I'm talking about the XFL, the Extreme Football League, the one that used to be ran by Vince McMahon, where they had the chicks at the halftime. And
is it Dwayne Johnson, the owner now?
Yeah. Rock owns it now.
That's so cool.
They're getting away from all the extreme antics though, and actually they're gonna be a pipeline kind of for the NFL in a way. They're not signed to the NFL, but they have a mutual partnership, and they're gonna actually test new equipment. So it's gonna be dope. So honestly, like, he may want to consider, you know, if he still wants to play some of these newer leagues, because I just don't think, I feel like that if the NFL was going to bring him in, they would have brought him in, bro. Like, they don't have a reason besides we're stubborn in our ways and we ain't fucking with you. Like, that's it. So that's where I'm at with that, man.
And I think this is a really good thing for Cap to go talk to Michigan. And I think he needs to implement and incorporate that into his life, going to talk to different college teams. If you haven't got to watch his special on Netflix, you need to go watch it.
I'm gonna check it out though. It's on my list.
I like his depiction of how much he worked hard and grinded and was doubted his entire life. And a lot of college players can relate to his struggles and his stories, how he became an NFL quarterback and playing in the Super Bowl and losing all of it all at the same time. Players like that talking to young kids, I think that's very important. It's like how Deion Sanders brought Brittany Rayner to talk to his team. Colin Kaepernick should have that same type of energy talking to young kids and building their relationships up so they know what to expect when they get to certain levels, when they are being doubted against, because everybody is doubted. So I think that'd be a big thing. So hopefully I can see him become honorary captains at multiple places, or during the regular season, if you're still not on a team, go to colleges and speak to different teams about that, because that's where you need to be, sir. You're influential. You're bigger than football. So
great.
Final thoughts. Let's talk.
Hold on before we get the final thoughts, because I want to throw something in there. I know I'm bringing a surprise. I want to throw something in there, something we didn't really speak on. So the NFL has a new rule. We didn't speak on the new rule. We talked about overtime, but we didn't talk about this rule. All 32 teams are now required to hire an offensive coach who is a female or a member of an ethnic or racial minority for the 2022 season. Basically, they're trying to promote, equality amongst their coaches. Offensive coach, the reason for people who don't know, most of the head coaches getting jobs, new head coaches, are offensive coordinators, typically, or some type of coach on the offense. And the offense is where the league has been going for really like the past almost decade. So they want to incorporate that and try to feel more inclusive. Personally, I do like it. We really know why this rule was created, though. It wasn't, and there's no shade towards, because we need more female coaches. That's a fact. Just because a woman is a woman doesn't mean she doesn't know about football and she can't, bring success to a football franchise. She should be able to coach. She should be able to be in the front office. We all know that. Like, women, I know plenty of women that know way more sports than men. So definitely not trying to knock women or any other ethnic or racial minority. But this rule really was implemented because Black men who pretty much keep this league going. Let's be 100%. We keep the league going because majority of its superstars and majority of its, workers in general, as far as football players, are Black. So the fact that we don't have, but now what do we got? 3 Black head coaches? 4? 4.
Yeah.
Okay, we got 4. No shade on you, Mike. No shade on you, Mike. Because I didn't know.
Shaded.
Mike's mixed.
We're not shaded Logic, man.
So, right. We call you Logic, man. You do look like Logic. But we got Mike. We got Big Mike. We got Lovey. And then now we got Todd. So we got 4 head coaches. That is what? 4? That's what? 20? Is that? Huh?
You talking about what?
That's not even 25%. What is that about?
Nowhere near. No. Dang.
What is that about?
I think it's like 16%.
16%, like 16%. Yeah, 16% of the league.
12.5%.
Huh?
12.5%.
My bad, y'all. That I didn't have that math. 12.5% of the league for our coaches is Black. That's ridiculous.
A league that makes 90%.
And for like the last few weeks, it was only it was less than that. It was less than 10%. So yeah, they need to do better. This should help, but we'll see, because the Rooney Rule was supposed to help and they found a way to get around that. We're gonna we're just gonna interview small, unknown Black coaches so we can appease our rule.
And I mean, it's just the offensive assistants. Usually, what Tevin said, offensive assistants are usually developed into coordinators. So, and coordinators get the jobs. But man, this is my biggest issue with the NFL and your Cowboys. Kellen Moore, who is he? This guy was a backup quarterback his entire career, then retires at like maybe 26, maybe, because he's like only a couple years older than me, and becomes the QB coach for the Cowboys, and then becomes the offensive coordinator for the Cowboys.
And listen,
he was considered last year for head coaching jobs.
I agree with you. I agree with you because
success.
It's the optics. I will say this. Listen, I will say this in the defense. Kellen does know offense. That boy is smart. He just didn't have the talent to be successful as an NFL quarterback. Now that's real shit. Now, mind you, he knows offense, but I don't like his offense. Okay, I'm tired of this spread let's throw all the damn time. I need a balance. I like to run the ball, but that's me. But again, he does know offense. But I agree with you on this. We know if that was a young brother, he wouldn't have got them opportunities.
No opportunity.
We already know. So I agree with you on that.
Fired.
I agree with
unlocking Dak Prescott's potential, not unlocking Amari Cooper's potential. You know what? Everybody likes to joke on Amari Cooper. Everybody likes to talk about Amari Cooper. But when you see how this man's work ability is, this man really does work hard and grinds hard for everything he does, and he really is.
Hey, if Amari is mediocre with the Browns, are you gonna quit speaking praises of this man?
Nah,
because this is his last chance to show that they got it wrong, and I'm really that dude.
This is my factor. If he's mediocre with the Browns and Deshaun Watson's mediocre with the Browns, I'm not flacking him. I'm not giving him.
If Deshaun is throwing that thing and he doing his thing and he mediocre, I don't want to hear nothing else about this man, Amari Cooper. Like, I like you trying to make me hate this man, and I don't. I got love for Amari. He wasn't doing $20 million worth of work, man. And he was out here unvaccinated.
That's all. That's all I'm gonna say about that Rooney Rule. I like it, but you know, it's just because that needs to be addressed. Kellen Moore does. He needs to be addressed.
We shouldn't have to be talking about this. This should be standard. Honestly, this should be standard.
It's stupid.
This shouldn't be like, oh my God. I mean, this is, you know. And listen, I ain't gonna go too deep.
What did the Texans?
I'm gonna stop. We'll talk about that on a different podcast.
Yeah. Let's.
Because I was gonna take us down a rabbit hole. I ain't doing it. Right before we get to final thoughts, I got one more thing. I thought about this. We're gonna add a new segment. It's called "Explain the Background," because I'll probably be throwing our audience off with my background. So y'all see it. We got TB, drunk as hell. Explain the background. This background is because Bruce Arians is gone, and we know TB is celebrating somewhere. Like, yes, get that man up through. I can work with TB, the other TB, Todd Bowles, and we can get this shit done. We can do the damn thing, and we gonna relax. We're gonna relax a little, man. We're gonna relax a little. It was a little too uptight. Like, we taking this serious, but we don't need this style, Bruce Arians. Bruce Arians is coming with the old school. We don't need that, man. We got a different generation. We got to change it up. So that's today's background, and I'll get on maybe in the comments. If y'all go in the comments, y'all watch an episode and y'all like, what's up with the background? I'll tell y'all what that background was for that day. But we're gonna start adding in the segments. I'll make sure JB puts it in just in case I forget. But yeah, I'll start explaining my background. So now we can go to final thoughts, brother. You let me know what's up.
Todd Bowles, I'm excited about that, man. I live in Tampa, by the way. I'm excited about that. You're gonna see a very fun looking Tampa Bay Bucks.
And that defense is still gonna be wrong because that's his specialty.
Let off like they.
He gonna let Tom. He like, Tom, you and Byron, y'all run that off. Yeah, we gonna sit over here and run this deep.
Y'all do what y'all do, man. Final thoughts. I want to talk about MVP for the NBA. I know we got a little hot last time we were talking about it, and now that the NBA has cooled off, who knew 9 games was gonna make a huge difference?
It's been 9 games since we had that last conversation.
No, yeah. It's been 9 games. That's crazy, man. So we all agreed Ja Morant was leading in MVP votes. I think literally after that moment, Ja Morant was out for the rest of the season until playoffs. And that's crazy how much it hurts him because his team just keeps winning. So the leading candidates right now by a poll, I believe Joel Embiid and Nikola Jokic are tied. And then next up is Giannis as MVPs. Josh been kicked completely out. Ja Morant was kicked completely out of contention.
Hold on, Giannis is in the standings?
He is. Giannis is in the standings. And I'm just like, dang, man, like, I was so passionate. I really wanted Ja to win it. We've all said it, but looking at those three, who do you have winning MVP?
You said I'm gonna do my own. I honestly I missed it. I ain't gonna lie because I was looking up the numbers. So why don't you go first, and I'll add my 2 cents because I'm trying to figure some stuff out. Okay.
I really think that because of optics, they will give it to Joel Embiid. But it's clear it's Nikola Jokic. That guy is probably one of the most boringest basketball players to watch right now. Just because he doesn't do anything crazy or flashy.
That man got no bunnies. That's all reach.
He's
He ain't
not
got no
fast.
bunnies.
Even his game winners are just like when he hits the game winning shot, it's just like, that's it. That's all you got, man. But he really do this, man. Nikola Jokic really do this. Like, Joel Embiid is flashy. Like, he's got the fadeaways, he's got the posterizers, the crazy antics, you know what I'm saying? But Nikola Jokic, boy, that triple double he be getting, man. He be getting them 31s, 10s, and 15s on you, man. Like, it's clear he is the MVP. And if everything was not such a popularity contest and we actually judged it by the number of success and eye test, it will be Nikola Jokic for a two-time MVP. That's my opinion.
Man, I'm gonna get roasted for all these yawns because I've been yawning the whole show. It's just crazy. Man, first of all, yeah, like Boston was just number one Sunday. That's crazy. The East is tough. Everybody always talking about the East is weak. East is pretty tough this year. I think the East is about equal. You know, that you got really like the two teams in the West at the top. But other than that, it's about even. It's about even. But how I feel personally, man, I don't know. It's a toss-up. I'm looking at these teams, and I had to. The reason I let you go because I had to get my bearings together because I was like, Giannis, I thought he'd been hurt. Giannis played 62 games. He's actually played majority of the season, so that makes
balling.
You can make a strong argument for Giannis.
You can.
You can
it's not a bad argument either.
You can make a strong argument for Jimmy Butler. That's something I'm not hearing a lot. Miami's number one in the East right now.
Yeah, you can make maybe not a strong.
They just clinched their division, so Miami's they already clinched. They're the only team in the East to clinch a division. Their division is clinched. They're going to probably win 50 games, so you can make a strong argument for Jimmy.
I think an argument, not a strong one.
I mean, bro, Miami's number one in the East.
It's great. How did they? Oladipo's back now. Got great players surrounding him. Kyle Lowry is a real big change on their team.
Good as your heart and soul. We know who the heart and soul of that team. When we watch that finals that nobody wants to give credit for, the bubble finals, we seen that man. He was dying. Now, there was multiple reasons why he might have been dying. We're not going to go too deep into that. If you don't know why Jimmy Butler was breathing hard, look up why Jimmy Butler was breathing hard on Google for the 2020 finals, and you'll find some funny stories. But we still got Devin Booker, should be in the convo. Luka Doncic. That's a name we ain't really said on the show. Luka Doncic, 48 and 29 Mavs.
He's nice.
So I don't know, man. If you you put a gun to my head.
Yeah, like if the season ended today.
I don't know, bro. Oh, that's what I forgot to add in. Jason Tatum. We ain't talked about Jason Tatum since we started this podcast. Them Celtics, they was not looking good when we first started the season. Turned it all the way around. That man, Jason, light-skinned wonder, Jason Tatum, he's different. We knew that when he dunked on LeBron.
But
He's
if you
different.
had, if the season ended now, who are you picking for your MVP?
Man, if you made me pick, like you was like, you gonna pick.
You have to
You know
pick
how
right
you know
now.
how I say? You know how I say?
Right. All right.
LeBron James, man. LeBron James, because we are trash. Look at me, Jordan. Jordan, look at me. We are trash. We should not even be in playoff contention. We are number 10 right now.
Thank Golden State for that. I mean, right?
We are number 10 right now. How did we get there, Jordan?
I don't know.
LeBron, he's only missed a few games. LeBron's fighting 55 games, most points in the league. Most points in the league.
It's terrible.
And he's 36. Jordan, he's 36. He's 36.
That's your MVP. Golly.
He is the MVP, but LeBron James is the MVP every year. But they'll probably give it to Giannis, Joel, or your boy Jokic. I don't care who gets the MVP because championships aren't won by MVPs. They're won by champions. So we've seen plenty of MVPs not win a championship. But yeah, if you made me pick, I'm pick LeBron because my guy, that team is trash. We are only breathing. LeBron has literally turned LA into an android, bro. He brought them back from the dead. Like that's how bad we are this year. And that's a fact.
My last final thought, breaking news, Cowboys won't sign Bobby Wagner. I just thought I'd give Tevin that little information to leave on.
Why? Did he sign with somebody else?
It says Stephen Jones indicates Cowboys won't sign linebacker Bobby Wagner.
Fuck you, Steven.
Oh, man. Well, this concludes another episode.
That's fine. Jadavion's still out there. He has not picked the team.
Oh, man. This concludes another episode of Friends Turns Foes. We'll be back with y'all next time.
Damn you, Steven.